oven, but I had
Wow.
everything else. Full cooktop, hot and cold running water. Just the refrigerator was in there. We had everything going. So it was our little bistro in there. They actually built us cabinetry, kind of makeshift cabinetry to store everything.
Wow.
So, but we're going to be,
Hi,
yeah.
Vicky.
Hey, Karen.
What are you eating?
Salad.
I say it like that. That's a happy thing.
No, I love salads. I'm a big salad. I have a niece who one time said to me, the thing about you is you actually like salads.
I do too.
Yep.
Of course, I put meat in mine.
I have chicken in mine. Good.
Leftovers.
Salad is what my food eats.
I can.
Hi there.
Hey, Ken.
Hey.
Hey, Kim.
How's it going?
Jennifer.
Hi,
Jennifer, where's and Max?
Jennifer, where's
Jennifer.
Max?
he's coming. He had to go run out just for a moment, but
Oh, good.
I drug him in today.
It looks
Yeah.
like he's going to have
Hi,
to get on the
Dennis.
space shuttle.
Well, that is where we're calling from, outer space. You guys all knew we were from outer space anyway.
Yes.
Out of this world.
Mars, is that it?
Here's Max. Max, have a seat.
Hi, Placide.
I don't know. Let's move forward.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Max.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome back.
Definitely have to be removed from.
You're
Mark?
way too happy today, Placide.
We have to be close to the screen
Might have your names.
because I put it on there for us.
Are you
Hey,
calling?
Jen-
Like
hey-
he's skiing. Are you skiing? You're
Wait,
scared.
wait,
How you doing, Placida?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Good.
Look warm.
Doing beautiful.
Oh, I need that today.
Placida?
Let's try to have a little enthusiasm, would you please?
Yeah.
Are you
But
disappearing?
Placida, when we have the chili cook-off, you're in
Yeah.
my beer booth, just saying.
Yes.
Say that again.
I have dibs on you, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
At the next chili cook-off, you get to be in our beer booth and pour beer with us.
I want him in my beer booth.
Okay.
Can't be in Dave Massey's beer booth. It's not okay.
No, it's more fun. It's more fun in my beer booth.
No, it's terrible.
No, it's
terrible.
not. It's
No, Vicky just serves salads.
At the cook-off, I go to the elk booth and get those big tri-tip sandwiches. Oh, so good.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Hi, Greg.
When is the next chili
Hi,
cook-off?
KT.
Next week.
I love their
May?
optimism that there'll be one.
I was thinking
Very optimistic.
May 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting my dibs in early.
All right.
Hey, I've got a personal message. The KT Connor, what the hell's for lunch? I see you're eating. And I wasn't invited.
I'm
I
eating.
wonder why.
I'm eating Susie's.
I will
Soda
have
bread.
my second vaccine
Susie
tomorrow.
Yay.
Susie made delicious soda bread.
Did you bring enough for everybody, KT?
I couldn't afford you guys.
David, she clearly didn't because
I
Jerry's
wanted-
not even having any.
I wanted to go to the. I wanted all to go to the Rotary Club. Jerry, Jerry.
Yes.
It's an equal opportunity world. You can go get your own blank lunch.
You go, girl. Exactly, Carol.
That warms
don't
my
use-
heart.
We don't usually eat during this meeting, but I've got to get my course prepared, so I thought I better eat to get it out of the way.
Michael Murphy. Holy
Michael
smoke.
Murphy, where?
Wow.
Where's Michael? I don't see Michael Murphy.
There he is.
Just muted.
On the second screen, he's wearing a
Thanks.
plaid shirt and white hair. Where'd you get that white hair, Michael?
There, now I can talk. Yay.
Well, good afternoon, Rotary Club of Thousand Oaks. We're glad that you are with us today. Today's a big day. It's the finals of the Thousand Oaks Rotary Club joke contest. We have two great contestants today, Karen Hurricane Fenari versus Ian the Driller Klieger. And we've got a great trophy, as always, for the grand champion winner. So over to Golden Voice David Massey to get this started.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an exciting day. We have all been waiting this, Karen especially. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two amazing joke tellers today, Karen versus Ian. This is what they're going for, the coveted prize. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, this will sit in someone's amazing cabinet displayed as the greatest joke teller. You can't get any better than that. We're excited, so I flipped a coin. Ian, you are going first.
All right, everyone. Turn up your mics or turn up your speakers, please, so you can hear every inappropriate word I say. Okay. How is sex like a game of bridge?
I don't know,
Well,
Ian, how is sex like a game of bridge?
Well, if you have a great hand, you don't need a partner.
Karen, you're up next. Please, everyone remember Nancy Wall's mother is on the line.
Oh, that was great, Ian. All right, so Martin's walking down Thousand Oaks Boulevard one day, and he happens to see his old friend Jeff a little ways up ahead. He goes, Jeff, how are you? He greets his old buddy after getting his attention. Not so good, says Jeff. Well, what happened? Said Martin. Well, Jeff said, I just went bankrupt, and I've still got to feed my family. I don't know what I'm going to do. Could have been worse, Martin recalls calmly. It could have been worse. A month or so later, Martin again runs into Jeff at a restaurant. How are things now? He asks. Terrible, says Jeff. Our house burned down last night. Could have been worse, said Martin again with total aplomb. And he goes about his business. A month later, Martin runs into Jeff a third time. Well, how goes it? He inquires. Oh, says Jeff, things just got worse and worse. It's one tragedy after another. Now Judy has left me. Martin nods his head and he gives his usual optimistic, seeming little smile, accompanied by his usual words, it could have been worse. This time, Jeff grabs Martin by the shoulders and starts shaking him. Wait a minute. I'm not going to let you off so easy this time. 3 times in the past few months, we run into each other, and every time I've told you the latest disaster in my life. Every time you say the same thing, could have been worse. This time, for God's sakes, Martin, I want you to tell me, how in heaven's name could it have been any worse? Martin looks at Jeff with a little wisp of a smile. He said, it could have been worse, he says. Could have happened to me.
Oh, all right, David, let's see the poll. We're going for the finals, folks.
All right, it's a tough call, but here we go. Let's get your votes in. Launching poll. Let's see who's going to get that. Can we see that fine trophy again? That was probably one of the nicest trophies I have ever seen. Yes, Big Bass. Beautiful, beautiful trophy. All right, let's see. It's getting it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Let's keep going. We have 4 more votes. It could make a difference. 5 seconds to get them in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, let's see who is going to take home that beautiful trophy. And here is the end. All right. It looks like, wow, the Hurricane is taking home the fish.
Congratulations, Karen.
Very nicely done. All right. Excellent.
Thank you. Dave, I got to thank, we've got 8 people lined up for the next joke contest, which will be our final one for your year. I've sent out the schedule to everybody. Thank you for participating, and this has been a lot of fun. Enjoy
Great.
your fish, Karen.
Thank you, David. Excellent. All right, let's go over to Jeff Bornstein, who's going to do guest introductions. So over to you, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Dave. So the only guests that I'm aware of today are Nancy's mother, Ellen. Welcome back, if you're still there. And of course, Max is with us today. Where's Max go? There he is. And I don't know that we have any other guests. So welcome.
Well, I thought I had a guest. She may come later.
Oh.
Cross my fingers.
We do have another guest. He just showed up. Pete Turpel is with us.
Hey, Pete.
Hello, Pete.
Where is he?
Say hello, Pete. I just introduced you to everyone.
His audio is not on yet.
I know. That's why I'm hoping he'll try to talk. So that's it.
All right, great. Thank you, Jeff. And Pat, if your guest comes on, while you give us a nod. All right, let's go over to Paul Dryman for inspirational moment. Paul.
All right, my inspirational moment really is about Rotary's reach. That's what really inspires me. The projects that we do as Rotarians, like the vocational effort that we gave the certificates of appreciation to the grocery store workers and such, to see the looks on their faces, to hear their comments heartfelt and even brought to tears, and all these other projects that Rotarians do, that's what inspires me. It's not just the Rotarians, it's what Rotarians do and the effect that they have on individuals, human beings. So, it's all a positive thing, and, this world needs a lot more positive. So that's my inspirational moment.
All right, thank you, Paul. Would you lead us in the pledge?
I certainly will. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
For which it
to the
stands,
republic for which it stands,
one
one
nation,
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. All right, let's go over to song. Carol Robinson has selected a song for us today, so it is God Bless America. right. Thank you, Carol. Great rendition. All right, it's time now for fine session. So Vicky, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I think you're sharing screen, so go ahead. Unmute.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, let me go to the slideshow. Okay. So, oops, there we go. Well, you know, this year, Thousand Oaks Rotary has totally gone to the dogs. And so we're just gonna start out, and we're gonna have a little bit, I don't know what that is. Okay, got it. All right.
Dog.
We're gonna have a little bit of fun with our dog. We're gonna find out about dogs because guess what? This last year, I mean, there were a lot of COVID. A lot of people got dogs this last year, and so we're gonna find out a little bit more about them. So it's $50 if you get it right, and it's $75 if you get it wrong. So we're gonna start with Ken Kossoff. Ken, can you unmute yourself?
Okay.
Okay. So according to People magazine, what was the most popular male dog name in 2020? Was it Jake, Buddy, or Max?
Buddy.
Wrong. $75 for you, Ken. It was Max.
Wow.
Okay, I know this is really riveting. Okay, according to People magazine, so we're gonna go to Trevor. Trevor, unmute yourself.
Hello.
So, according to People magazine, what was the most popular female dog name? Delilah, Bella, or Lucy?
Bella.
Bella is right. How did you know that? You're so good. Okay, so $50 for you. All right, so now we're going to go to Dennis Wilson. Are you there, Dennis?
Yes, I am.
Okay. According to the AKC, what was the most popular dog breed in 2020? Was it a Labrador Retriever, a Border Collie, or a German Shepherd?
I have to go with the lab.
You are right. It's Labrador Retriever. $50 for you. Okay, now this is really kind of a complicated one, but we're going to make it simple. What percentage of American presidents have had a pet dog in the White House? Todd Augustine.
All right. Oh, geez. Over the whole history of presidents?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm going to go 45%.
Actually, no, it's 65%. And the last president not to have a dog was our previous president, Donald Trump.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now let's see, we're going to go to John Bradley.
Here I am.
What characteristics do dog lovers have in common? Are they intelligent, cooperative, or congenial?
Congenial.
Actually, they're cooperative. And the second part of this question is, which characteristics do cat lovers have in common?
I'm going to go with congenial.
Well, actually, they're more intelligent than dog lovers. I have to tell you that. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Actually, no, they're intelligent, but they're also neurotic. So, there you go. All right. So we're going to go to Jerry Robings. Jerry, are you there? Unmute. Jerry?
Here I am.
Okay, good. What percentage of U.S. households have a dog? 64%.
Say about 73. 73.
It's actually 64%. So $75 to you. Okay, Sue Engler.
Alrighty.
What's the average amount spent per year on dog ownership? Is it $890, $1,380, or $2,150?
I'll go 890.
It's actually $1,380.
Ooh.
I know, they're not cheap. Okay, so that's $75 for you.
Okay.
Nancy Wool. You might know the answer to this given your profession.
Okay.
Which is the most expensive dog to buy? A Rottweiler, assuming a purebred, obviously. A Rottweiler, an English Sheepdog, or a Tibetan Mastiff?
I didn't hear the second one. What was the second one? It was English Sheepdog?
Sheepdog.
Let's see.
Or a Tibetan Mastiff?
I'd say English Sheepdog.
It's actually a Tibetan Mastiff. Those things are giant. Absolutely giant dogs. Okay, and Jason, Corey.
I'm here.
During dog adoptions from shelters changed by what percentage during COVID? We all know that that there was a lot of movement with dogs and cats and such. Was it up 55 to 70%? Was it down 5 to 15%? Or was it up 15 to 30%?
I'm going to say everybody needed a companion, so I'm going to go plus 55 to 70%.
Okay, that's a good guess, but dogs, it was 15 to 30%.
Oh.
Now we're going to Maria Prescott.
I'm here.
Okay, what breed has the most health problems? Cocker Spaniels, Golden Retrievers, or Boxers?
I think I'm going to say Cocker Spaniel.
They do. They have the most health problems, as a fact. Golden Retrievers and Boxers also can have health problems, but the Cocker Spaniel takes the cake. All right, Pat McCoy.
In person.
There you go. Which country has the most dogs? India, China, or the United States?
Well, I can't say a joke that just popped into my head, but if I'm going to say United States.
You know, you're right. It is the United States. You would think with the populations of India and China, there'd be more, but it is not true. Okay, and then the last one is for Jessica. Jessica Sawyer. You there, Jessica?
I'm here. Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting.
Okay. What percentage of dogs sleep on their owner's beds? Is it 25%, 75%, or 55%?
I think 55%.
It's actually 75%.
Wow.
And my dog is one of them, but she doesn't sleep there all night. So speaking of my dog, everything I know, I learned from dogs.
All right. Thank you, Vicky. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. Excellent. Thank you, Vicky. We made some good money today. Appreciate that. All right, let's go over to Fun Time Pat McCoy. What do you got in store for us today, Pat?
Well, let's see here. A couple of weeks ago, Felix Massey was the big winner. We're going to do our poker draw. Somebody's going to walk away with a whopping $5. Don't know if you can buy anything with it, but here we go. And the name is Mark Sellers.
Not here. No.
Well, lucky for the next person. Next week it'll be $10. Now we're gonna do our 2 truths and a lie. You guys get to figure this one out, and boys, they're gonna be tough. Carol Robinson, turn on your microphone.
All right, I got it on.
All right, Dave, pull them up. And then Carol, you can read them.
Okay, the cooking store in Westlake Village, many of you know it, it's called Let's Get Cooking. And once they hosted a book signing for Julia Child, I was one of 4 people who was invited to prepare a lunch for Julia and join her to eat after the book signing. The second one, in college, I went on a blind date with Bill Bradley of NBA fame. We went to a football game at Princeton. Shortly after we'd been seated, he excused himself. He returned with a soda and a hot dog. He finished eating it and never once asked me if I'd like anything to eat. And the final one is, after college, I spent 6 months traveling through Europe. One of the highlights was a bus ride from one end of the island of Crete to the other end. Once on the bus, the locals piled in with their live chickens and goats. Oh, and this is missing a sentence. To our delight, once we got on the road, the bus was filled with singing the whole way to the other end of the island. That's it.
All right, let's see. Let's see if you're going to be able to stump this group. Which one of these is the lie? All right, it looks like we have a close race going on here. All right, we need about 7 more people to vote, so get your vote in before we close off polling. I'll give you another 5 seconds. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, end polling. Let's see, here are the results. So Carol, let's see, they think that, wow, they think that the Bill Bradley story is a lie, so fill us in.
It's not a lie one bit. And we had one date, I can assure you, but yeah, he said I need to, I'll be right back. And I continued watching the football game, and he came back with a soda and a hot dog and ate away and never offered me anything. So,
wow.
Which was particularly unusual because in those days, the guys paid for everything and you know, it wasn't this equity thing that we have now. So that's why I just sat there instead of going to get something myself, I guess. Not sure. The lie was the Westlake Village cooking store story. I did go to the book signing, and I have several books to show for it, but I wasn't invited to cook for her. I think she would have been an interesting person and quite gracious, but she made her own lunch or something. I don't know what happened.
And you spent you did take a bus ride with a lot of chickens, huh?
Yeah, it was wild. That was an example of when we traveled, we realized there were so many experiences we were having because we were so poor and couldn't afford more better. And this is one example, to take the local bus. And they all came to market to get the week's provisions. And so they sang the whole way home. It was really cool.
Great. Excellent. Thank you, Carol, for sharing.
Those are wonderful, Carol. I loved them all. By the way, Prez, my guest rescheduled. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll catch her next time. So good. Thank you, Pat, for a fun time, and for Carol sharing. That was really great. I love these 2 truths and a lie. Get to know each other a little bit better. So thank you. All right, it's time for announcements. And Ian, just kind of bring us up to speed on where we are on getting our conversion of people to Rotary Direct.
We're doing actually pretty good. We've more than doubled the amount of people we have. We still have less than the 30 goal that you set forward, but I have gotten a couple of questions from people on how to do it, and I've been helping them. We're moving along nicely. I am happy to report that the RI, the foundation for our district, has sent out a report showing that we are doing quite well as a club, and we are actually doing better than pretty much everyone else. So I have to thank not only you, Dave, but everyone else for stepping up and continuing to find the foundation important to give to. So thank you all very much.
All right, thank you, Ian. Great job. I appreciate it. That's really good. I want to let you know, and I'm excited about the fact that starting April 8th, we will be back live at Los Robles for our meetings, so that we will be in person. And we will also be online. So we are going to be back to Fidgetal as of April 8th. So very exciting. We are going to be capped at the beginning to 35 people. So starting now and starting in the chat box, if you desire, and I believe I saw Bob here. chat on the screen. You can let Bob know either right now in chat or by email that you will be attending in person on April 8th. We will have to have signups to begin with, and you'll have to sign our normal release and so forth, and wear a mask and kind of follow the protocols. But we're getting back, which is great. I was thinking that we would not be back until sometime in July. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you, or lots of you, in person on April 8th. And as things improve, then the numbers will increase in terms of the amount of people we can get in. Bob will be sending out an email to everybody to get sign-ups. So we will have to limit it to the first 35 to start with. So thanks for that. Do we have any other announcements that anybody needs to make this morning? Nope. Okay, great. I want to show and share a little bit about polio and Polio Plus. So I want to play this video to start with as we really look at, as we close out this year, how we're doing with polio and Polio Plus and our contribution.
For each of us, there are moments that define
8 years for.
When we push the boundaries to the unknown. Moments that remind us of a past we cannot accept, and that create within do something. 30 years ago, polio was claiming the lives of hundreds of thousands of children just like me. Decided to step in and do something.
Did everybody hear? Did we get lost there? My Zoom crashed right there. So did we see any of the video or not? No.
No, not real well. It was choppy and the audio was out too.
Yeah, I am not sure what happened, but it said it just crashed on me. So let me attempt again, and we will see if it works or not. So hold on, please.
You want a jacket? I'm cool.
Let's see what's going on here. It could be that the system has got too much going on, but let me restart it. Shake your head or give me some signal if it's not playing correctly, okay?
For each of us, there are moments that define us. Moments where we fought for what we believed.
The moment Berliners have waited 28 years for.
When we pushed the boundaries to the unknown. Moments that remind us of a past we cannot accept, and that create within us the desire to take a stand and do something. 30 years ago, polio was claiming the lives of hundreds of thousands of children just like me. There was a vaccine that could help stop it, but it wasn't reaching all of us. Until you decided to step in and do something. You decided to find a way to reach us all, no matter where in the world we might be. It all started with one small project, and 6 million children were saved from polio forever. The world took notice, and things began to change. On streets, on trains, planes, boats and bicycles, over deserts and rivers, mountains and valleys, through jungles and war zones, you never stopped. But it can't end here. We are this close, the closest that we've ever been. 3 countries remain, and we must continue to strive to reach every last child. Because every life truly does matter. And together, you have proved that when you put service above self, the world can be a much better place.
Since 1985, Rotary has been the foundation on which the polio eradication program is built.
Last year, we saw just 37 cases, the lowest number in history.
Thanks to your efforts, more than 16 million people are walking today who would otherwise have been paralyzed.
Thanks to your vision, humanity is on the verge of one of the greatest public health achievements in history.
While our work is not yet done, the remarkable dream that you had 3 decades ago to tackle one of the world's greatest public health challenges, the end of polio, is nearly a reality.
Thanks to you, we truly are this close to ending polio.
Thanks to you, we are truly this close to ending polio.
I know.
All right. Let me stop here, and there we go. Well, we are really this close. I mean, we need to get to the finish line. So I'm hoping that everybody will contribute to Polio Plus, contribute today. The club is going to have $500 for a match to go to Polio Plus for anybody that contributes. Hopefully during this meeting, you can either give a chat that you're willing to contribute X dollars. You can email me or put a note to Chris or Judy that you're contributing to the match today. So $500 from the club today for match, Polio Plus, anybody that contributes. Everybody be a part of this. Let's get this thing over with. So just put in chat the amount or give it to Chris or Judy, and let's get this thing to the finish line before we lose anybody else to polio. So thank you for that. All right, let's go to Happy Dollars. And Todd, it's up to you.
Hello, everybody. Let's get some, if we can, let's start with the chat and type your happy dollars into the chat. We'll go there first, and then I'll look for hands. So first up, we have Dave Massey with $40.
Well, it's one sad dollar. My shoulder hurts a lot right now. I have 39 happy dollars because it hurts because my kids and my wife and I all got COVID shots on Tuesday night. So the pharmacy had extra, and they said, "Do you want them?" I've got a friend who's a pharmacist, and she called, and we got them. So I'm just elated. So 40 happy.
Great.
All right. Next up is Susan with $20.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow for Oklahoma to see my 5 grandkids. One of them is 8 months old, and I've never seen her. And I'm fully vaccinated, so I get to go, and I'm so grateful.
All right. Now, thanks. Now we have Susan Engler.
Yeah, I have 39 happy dollars for 39 years of marriage to Bob. And I have one more dollar, and that's I hope we get back for $1 for, in fact, we're going to Death Valley. I've never been there. We're going hiking and exploring, staying in Lone Pine for our 39th anniversary.
All right. Okay. Michael with $5.
Yeah, I'm going to break this up. I don't know how to break it up. I got $2 happy because I can't see Martin's face at all. All I see is that nice rug. So that makes me happy. Oh, dang it. Now I've got I've got one sad dollar because then I could see Martin's face. And I've got 2 other happy dollars because my wife just texted me and said that as of April 1, everybody over 50 in California can get a vaccine.
All right. Now we'll go for Ken.
I'd like to donate $40 and wish all the members who celebrate Passover a happy Passover. And the $40 represents the number of years we were in the desert.
All right. And let's see. Anybody else? Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. I have, speaking of being in the desert, I have $40 for my UCLA Bruins, who've been in the desert for about 40 years now. And we're back in the Sweet 16. So very happy about that. And then I have 40 really, really, really sad dollars. Sorry to have to break this news, but it's for the 40% of you who voted for Ian's joke earlier.
All right, Felix.
I'm glad my son said that he got the full vaccine because now we'll get to see them once in a while.
And how much?
10 happy dollars on that. And
all right.
In addition, his daughter got accepted to a whole bunch of great colleges. She's going to university.
All right. Okay. Let's see here. If I missed you, you can unmute and shout out.
I think Vicky has a happy dollar.
All right. I want to give a happy $50 because that video of the polio, there are a number of us, Martin, Frank Corrigan, Felix Massey, who went to India and immunized children against polio. And I will tell you, the video makes me cry because honestly, I never, ever thought India could be polio free. And we're getting so close. And it just is so emotional because we were able to do that and actually put the drops and see those people doing the heroic work that they do. And so I'm grateful to be part of an organization that cares that much and has given that much. And thank you to all of you who are willing and able to give to the polio campaign to get it to the end. We've just got to get it to the end.
Great words, Vicky. Thank you.
Thanks, Vicky. I want to say that Barbara was with me also when we went on that trip.
To India.
India.
Great.
Okay. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Todd. Appreciate that. So again, this club is so incredibly generous. Just during this meeting in the last 10 minutes, we've just raised $1,850 for Polio Plus. So congratulations and thanks to all of you for your amazing generosity. That's why we're going to get this thing over the finish line before much too long time passes. So thank you all very much for your generosity. All right, let's go to Jonathan Handler, who's going to introduce our guest speaker for the day. So Jonathan, I will turn it over to you. And just remember that if you go to your right-hand corner, when our speaker is up, you can put it into speaker view and you'll have a much better view of the speaker. All right, Jonathan, to you.
You know, we have an inspirational moment at the beginning of our meeting. Our guest speaker is an inspiration to me. What his bio doesn't say is that he was, I'm not sure the statistic, one of the last to arrive at Ellis Island with his family. he doesn't know I'm telling this story. Ended up in a kitchen in Paterson, New Jersey. And from there became a graduate of the Culinary Institute, began his career as a chef, has served on the advisory boards of CIA, that's the other CIA, Le Cordon Bleu Culinary Institute, Oxford Publishing, Restaurant Marketing, and Nightclub and Bar Magazine. He manages all areas of food and beverages now at UCLA, including dining services. Sorry, you USC people. Lake Arrowhead Conference Center, UCLA Meyer and Renee Luskin Conference Center, UCLA Catering, and grades 6 through 12 Geffen School at UCLA. I think that makes him the highest state food guy in California. So he serves 34,000 meals a day and has direct management of a budget of over $135 million. He's been with Caesars, Hilton, Interstate Hotels. He's one of my favorite friends for a long time, and we've been in a little trouble together. His lobster risotto is beyond compare. I give you my dear friend, Al Ferrone. Al, you out there? Unmute yourself.
Jonathan, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I don't see you, but I hear
good.
you.
Thank you very much for that introduction. I didn't believe that I was that good at anything, but you make me sound really good. But I apologize right now for a lack of a screen. I'm having a little bit of computer problems. My camera's not working properly. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And let me see, can you see my screen?
Coming up. There it is.
Okay. Again, Jonathan, thank you. You're a dear friend, and thank you for having me and giving me an opportunity to talk to you about what we do here at UCLA. It's really an important place, I think, for the community, for the state, and just for kids in general. And a lot of things that people don't know about UCLA is it's the #1 public school in the country, and nowhere can you get a tuition of less than $14,000 a year in state, and to get this kind of quality of education. And what I like to tell people, what I do at the school is to try to teach the future, and it's really important. In addition to what you mentioned, what we have at the school, we have 9 operations plus all the other hotels and other things. But I think what's really important is that we were rated 5 years in a row #1 food service for any university in the country. So that's bar none. We're #1 as far as what people perceive as what we do here in feeding the future. And the reason why I say that is because this is just not an area where we just go out there and just feed kids. That's not what we try to do here. We also, in addition to feeding them, we try to help them learn about what food is about in the community and how you take what you learn here and take it to your family and above and beyond your 4 years. We see the future as healthcare, which is our #1 growing expense. And I will tell you that most of the time it's because we just don't eat properly. And we try to teach that to the kids. And if we can teach each one of them, when they leave here, UCLA, we're hoping that they take what the lessons learned here and apply them to their, the future year, because it's a very impressionable point in their lives. And in addition to that, maybe when they have families, they can teach it to their kids and perhaps drop the level of healthcare needed in this country, which is, like I said, growing exponentially. So that's what we try to do here. The kids love us, which is great. And that's how we got to #1 status. So what do we try to do? We try to, produce a diet that's really healthy. We find all kinds of ways to reduce animal proteins. Since I've gotten here 5 years ago, we've taken down animal proteins and consumption by 25 to 30%. and filled it in. And people ask me, how do you do that? And it's real simple. Just make the food taste good. And nobody cares what you're eating as long as it's delicious. So if you're doing great vegetables and things of that nature and taking out the sugar and adding acids, nobody notices that, that you're making it healthy. And that's what we call stealth health at the school. So that's what we try to do there. Modifying dietary behaviors has been very effective. And we have something on campus called Healthy Campus Initiative, and which I'm leading that area up, and Eat Well for the campus. And so really it's a big deal. And believe it or not, what number one thing for these students is not even so much the health, is the planet, reducing animal protein and how it affects the planet. So that's a big deal for them also. So what do we do? Well, we support wellness. We research meat consumption and how patterns are affected in order to produce. We add grains where they don't know about it. We have something called the blended burger, which is 45% grains and mushrooms. Never told the students about it, and they didn't even know that their burgers are filled with mushrooms and barley and lentils and things of that nature. So we try to do that, try to take sweetened sugar products out of our beverages. We reduce those completely. I've cut them down. We really have increased the use of water, and it really helps us and everybody else. So we try to deliver the highest level of dining. Now, what a lot of colleges do, and I think what makes us number one, is you're assigned to eat into a hall. And not at UCLA. You can go to any one of our 9 outlets, and they're all themed separately. And I'll give you an example. Epic is Mediterranean. If you go down to Deneb, it's Foods of America. If you go to Hedrick, it's Northern European. Feast is Far East. So every place has a different theme. And what happens is that the students will go to their favorite places, and it forces the outlets to compete against each other. And fortunately, they're pretty well distributed because we do a great job. Educating our students and team members on how food choices impact the environment. I just talked about that. So that's important. Keeping the food consumption, carbon footprint is important. Just giving you some shots. Jonathan talked about it. This is what one of our, something called, the NAV is called the Flexitarian Station, where it's a huge bar of prepared foods, and we use meat as an adjunct, as an accent. So there's meat on this bar, but it's only like 10 or 15%. It's about our salads, soups and stews and different things, and it seems to be very popular. We were the first ones to produce it, and it's been very, very successful. So anyway, Balloon Plate, it's a farm to fork restaurant, very popular. Everything here is organic, sustainable, delicious, and fresh. The Cobel is Mediterranean, and that is street foods. Feast is Pan Asian. We just came up with a new concept called the Brew and Bowl. It's like a pop-up, so we change it every week, and it's just a bowl concept, almost like a Cava, a place like that. So Rendezvous is our fast food Chipotle, where East meets West, a Chipotle type of panda, but very, very healthy version of it. And I've talked about these. I'm going to try to keep this presentation in 20 minutes because I know that you're very busy people. So anyway, Balloon Plate, we were the first ones in the country to come up with a completely wholesome, organic, sustainable, dedicated restaurant, and it became very popular with the student body. It's our most popular restaurant. It does 6,000 meals a day. This is pre-COVID, obviously. The Balloon Plate menu, like I said, it's all seasonal, lean meats, bison burgers. You'll see things on there like that. It's anything to do with mostly California cuisine. We have farmers markets. We'll do a farmer market inside the restaurant itself, bring farmers in, teach the students. We'll have different events like Save the Bees, all these things that really that these students really care about. And you'd be surprised how involved they are in the health of the planet. So all fresh fruit. There's no cans here. As a matter of fact, since I've gotten here, we've taken the only canned product we have at this point is canned tomatoes. Just can't get good cans of tomatoes in the winter, so we do that for the sauce. But everything else is fresh, and we do it from scratch. Sustainable is really big here. We raised our sustainability rate in waste, post-consumer waste. These kids, we have melamine in our dining facilities so that we're not breaking things, and everything that we do is marine grade degradable, so it doesn't hit the oceans. In fact, by next year, I will have every piece of plastic bottle out of the school, and you're going to either drink at it. If you're drinking out of something, it's going to be in a unit that's going to be completely 100% marine-based degradable, so that we don't pollute. So big deal for us. It's huge for the school and very important to the students. Just giving you some pictures. This is our Feast restaurant. We do 7 different Asian restaurants. I'm sorry, not restaurants, but themes. We'll do Indian, Vietnamese, Hawaiian, Chinese, Japanese, and it's really, really different. People think of Asian food as monolithic, and it really isn't. There's so many varieties of Asian food that we have here. And 52% of the people who attend UCLA are from some kind of Asian Pacific background, so we make sure we take good care of them. And I will tell you, it's popular with everyone. I was talking about the Flex Bar, so I won't go too much into that. Again, we took a style of the bar and we turned it into a flexitarian station, so that the majority of the food there is really for people who want to really cut down the meat consumption. A lot of vegan products out there. I would say that we have, of all our items, about 40% of them are vegan or vegetarian. And our next concept is open up 100% vegetarian vegan restaurants, which will be opening up in the fall. I'll just give you some pictures of what the food looks like at UCLA. Talked about that. I'm not kidding about the look of this. People go, "Oh, these are beauty shots." These are not. This is what we actually feed the students. Everything we do in the dining halls is pre-plated. It comes on little plates, so we prepare it in front of them. If you take your tray up and feast on the bottom there, you'll see that that's what it looks like when you're eating food over at the school. So, I first came to UCLA. A lot of my colleagues said to me, where are you coming from, Caesars and Hilton and different places? Now you're going to, serve institutional food. I never understood what that meant, institutional. I said, well, I'm not in an insane asylum. I'm just going to feed a bunch of, students. And, we turned it on their head, and this is really restaurant quality food. And that's what drives people to eat healthy. First, you have to look at it. If it doesn't look right, you're not going to eat it. If it doesn't smell delicious, you're certainly not going to put it in your mouth. So this is what it's really important for us to do it right. Now, I will also tell you that I just opened up two outlets last year. One of them is two artisanal bakeries and a commissary, which allowed us to stop buying any bakery products whatsoever. If you ever wonder why your bread lasts 5 days or 6 days, bread's not supposed to last 5 to 6 days. It's supposed to last a day. That's because of all the preservatives. So we brought we have a complete team. We have huge capacity. In fact, the hospital, Ronald Reagan, has to supply all the bread for them and other places. So everything is made from scratch. We use 72 different grains in our bakery, and the desserts. And Jonathan can tell you about the desserts over at Platia. They're pretty fabulous, right, Jonathan? I think you've tasted 1 or 2 desserts.
Yeah, make sure everybody hears about that restaurant with no tipping. It's amazing.
I'll get to that. So Hedger Study, European Cafe. This is some of the desserts and things that we're serving up there. They do bakery, different coffees. We do our own kombucha from scratch. We make our own a cold brew coffee from scratch. So it's really just a bunch of things. And we have fun with it. The team has fun doing this. This is now what Jonathan just mentioned is the Lessman Conference Center. It's a 254 a 4.5-star hotel with a 4-star and a half-star restaurant, and it's open to the public. It is completely tip-free, and this is some of the food that you see at Platia, the octopus, and this is for anyone who wants to come to the school. It's not, the students don't go there. It's a little bit beyond their means, but I will tell you the prices here are incredible. I use it as a teaching area for most of the culinary program. I have a culinary program for my team members to teach them, give them certificates, and we use Platia as that place. But this is an example of the food. It's a Mediterranean, it's California inspired. It's California cuisine, but it's Mediterranean inspired. So any place that touches the Mediterranean, we feature the foods here. I just talked about the commissary and the bake shop. Everything's a hub and spoke, and that means that we produce the food, we take it to different places, and they finish it at the location. So this was a big deal. We spent $9 million on the bake shop, and I spent another $7 million building out this commissary, and it's going to pay itself back in 2 to 3 years. And that's something that people don't realize. They think that, you know, UCLA is state funded, and that is not correct. The funding goes to tuition. What I do here is completely funded by the students. Their accommodations, the 14,000 students that live on this campus have to pay for their own living and accommodations. So they pay for it separately. We're funded by that. I don't get a dime from the state. I'm proud to say in my 5 years here, we have not yet had to take up the cost of housing at one time at all. Now, we will have to do it because of COVID really had a big impact on us. But I will tell you that in 5 years, no increase in meals or the housing because we were able to manage and gain efficiencies. I took some of my private sector skills and applied it to the government agency here, and we really saw some great gains. So we're able to do that. We're really proud of that. So one of the things we're also doing, we're building a new facility. It's going to be a complete teaching kitchen where we'll be working with doctors and nutritionists and teaching them about food and nutrition. My big complaint is, when you go to your doctor, nobody asks you about your diet. They just say, you tell them what's wrong with you and they give you medication. But nobody says, what are you doing with, how are you eating? So that's the first thing we're teaching the medical, and that's going to be part of our teaching kitchen across the board. In addition to that, the kids will be over there. We'll be teaching them how to cook for themselves because at UCLA, you're here for your 3 years or 2 years on campus, and then you have to go off campus to the apartments. And when we do such a great job here, that they don't learn how to cook for themselves. So that's part of what we're doing in the new teaching kitchen. So that's how we're going to impact the future. I mean, we really think that, eating right is going to, and if every school did what we're doing here, I really think that you would start to see people behave healthier, eat healthier, and have less diseases across the board. So with that, I will share one other thing that we were doing. And because of COVID, obviously, our counts were down. And I had the chancellor did an amazing thing. He said no one's going to get laid off. Any full-time employee here at the school was going to get paid regardless. So we were able to keep every employee employed here. And so we said, well, what are we going to do with these employees? Because we only have 600 students here. And we were able to get a $2 million grant, and we've been putting out 15 to 20,000 meals a day for $4 a meal to the general community. And so far, we've supplied the community with over 350, almost 400,000 meals since we started the program, free to the community. We've been charging $4 a meal to the donor, and he's been paying for the food, and we've been providing in-kind labor. We've also supplied already 20,000 meals to the VA for free. We've paid for that out of our system. So those are the things that we're doing here to help the community. So with that, any questions?
All right, Al, thank you very much. That was terrific, great information. I actually kind of feel gypped personally because my food service at my college was nothing like that. So I wish I was going back to UCLA. All right, let's see. Anybody have questions from the audience? Jeff Bornstein has one.
Thanks, Dave. Hello, Al. How are you?
Roger, how are you?
Good, good. Could you share with us your experience with the Olympics in the past and what you might be doing moving forward when they come here to the States? And then I'm hoping, as an aside, I'm hoping that you're providing my beloved basketball team with meals right now in Indiana. So thanks.
Well, great question. So, but Jonathan, please don't tell this to Jessica, my wife, because she doesn't think it's going to happen. But the school has asked me to commit to be here to the Olympics, to the 2028 Olympics. As of right now, I said I would do it. We are going to be hosting all the athletes at the village here. As you may have known, the reason why we have all these apartments up here is because I think it was was it 82? I forget what year it was, 80, whenever we had the Olympics in LA, but
84.
that's where 84. So now we'll be housing, and I'll be feeding all those people there for the entire time, which is going to be almost, I think it's going to, the number I have is going to be 70,000 meals a day. So we're going to find a way to do that. So we will be hosting the Olympic here, and we'll be a very big part of that because we have the right demographics for it. Right, we do $23 million in catering across the campus, first-class catering for donors and just different events. And one of the things we do is we feed the college students, the athletes, football and basketball, by the way. And Nick Cronin, who's he's just amazed at the kind of quality meals that we put out for the basketball team. And also the football team. So we really, the nutrition there is fantastic, and we feed them. We feed football 3 meals a day. Basketball gets gypped a little bit; they get 2. But they can also eat the dining halls too. The food is just as good. But we have special meals for those guys. So I'm taking credit for advancing into the Sweet 16 because of nutrition.
All right. Felix Massey, I think I saw your hand up. If you want to unmute.
Pass.
Okay.
I had a question, but I think I got answers.
Okay, great. Who else has a question for Al? Anybody? Okay, Judy.
Well, this is actually more of a comment than a question, but Al, I appreciated your comments and would like to reinforce them about physicians and their knowledge about food. I think that a physician talking to a patient could make a tremendous impact on their life if they would take a few minutes to talk to them about their diet and give them some counseling about best diet or best direction to go. So just kudos to you for putting that aspect in your program.
Yes, and I think it's an important point because, obesity really is a driver of all the issues that we have, across the board, #1 issue. And we're going to be doing a course called Food is Medicine, working with our nutritional groups and trying to teach that to the nursing schools and all those other places. So that's coming soon, but thanks for recognizing that.
Excellent.
Hey, Al, Hugo Roach, who is one of the professional drinkers in the club, asked, are there any real bars at any of these restaurants?
Real bars?
Yeah.
You mean yeah. In Platea, we have a full bar. We have a full bar. Every alcohol. We have 14 beers on tap, 8 wines on tap, plus a full wine list. We make our own syrups. We make our own. We started making our own gin from scratch and different things like that. So it's really a unique cocktail bar. All handshaking. We have our own herb gardens. We have towers out there where we grow mint and we grow basil and all kinds of stuff. We bring those things into the bar. So it's really and the price of the cocktail is very, very reasonable.
I'm coming tonight.
Just one comment. This is Hader. Too bad you're on the wrong campus. That's all.
Hey, Paul Dryman asks what you think about air fryers.
Air fryers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're good. I mean, but if you got a convection of them, save your money.
There you go, Paul.
All right. Anyone else have a question before we let Al go? All right. Well, great, Al. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Al,
for being here and sharing your experience with quite an interesting topic. We usually give an award, and I'm not sure who's doing the book today. Do we have somebody doing book today?
That's me, Nancy.
Nancy, go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, it was a wonderful presentation, Al. Thank you so much. And I believe you're everybody's superhero at UCLA. We're presenting a book in your honor. It's Captain Awesome and Saves the Winter Wonderland. And it's starring Captain Awesome and not their superheroes, Captain Awesome and Nacho Cheeseman, which probably wouldn't be on your menu. But we're very pleased to present this to a Title I school in our community in your honor. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to be part of this, and you guys are great, do great work. And I'm going to leave, but thank you for everything you do. It's a great organization, and I'm going to try to join one day.
Great. Well, we look forward to that, and make sure you come to Thousand Oaks Rotary Club when you're ready to join. We'd love.
All
to
right, I will. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Al.
Take care.
I want to thank Michelle for greeting, Jeff for doing guest introductions, Todd for Happy Dollars, Susan for taking notes, Nancy for the book, Paul for inspirational moment and pledge, Carol Robinson for providing the video song today, Vicky for fine session, fun time, Pat McCoy, great. It's good to see our guests today. Pete Trappell, good to see you here. Good to have you. Ellen Wall was here. Max was here. So good to have all of you. Placide, good to see you on this morning. Glad to have you as a member. I just remember this from Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So Rotarians, let's go out there, continue to change the world. Thank you for your generosity for Polio Plus today. And that's all there is for March 25th, 2021. We have 2 weeks before we're live. So make sure you let Bob know if you're coming, and everybody have a great week. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.